Assalamu alaikum dear students, welcome back to my channel, and in today's lecture we are going to prove the Bernoulli's inequality. This inequality actually helps us sometimes in determining whether a given sequence is an increasing sequence or a decreasing one, okay? Or sometimes we just need to check whether a given sequence is a monotonic sequence or not, okay? So what does this inequality say? It says that if you have any real number that is greater than or equal to -1 yet it is non-zero, then for n greater than or equal to 2, we have 1 plus p to the power n is greater than 1 plus np, okay? And we are going to prove this inequality using mathematical induction. I hope so you people are quite familiar with this method. It's an inductive method which we use to prove some statement for positive integers in some specified range, okay? And what do we do in this method? We first of all consider a base case and we prove it manually, and then we suppose that the statement is true for some n equal to k, for some any positive integer, and then finally we check whether that statement holds for n equal to k plus 1 as well or not. If it holds for n equal to k plus 1, then finally we conclude that the given statement was true for all positive integers in the specified range, okay? So this is going to be our strategy for the proof of this inequality today, okay? So we start with base case, and if you look at this range, our base case will be n equal to 2. So first of all, for n equal to 2, let's see whether this inequality holds or not. So I'm going to put n equal to 2 over here in the left side of this inequality. So we will have 1 plus p to the power 2, and we know that this is equal to 1 plus 2p plus p square, okay? Now let me make you people focus on the number p square. Since it's a square and we know that squares are always greater than or equal to 0, but here we are excluding the possibility of p square to be equal to 0. Why? Because p is non-zero, and if it is non-zero, so p square can never be equal to 0. So it's a number which is greater than 0. It's a positive number. Now let me make you people focus on this example. If you have any number, say x, and you add in this number another positive number a, and this answer will be greater than x. I hope so you people will agree with me, okay? So from here we can simply say that 1 plus 2p is less than 1 plus 2p plus p square. It's quite obvious for us. Why? From this example, when you add a positive number in a given number x, the answer will be greater than the original number x, okay? So if you are adding p square in 1 plus 2p, the resultant number, this quantity, will be greater than the original number 1 plus 2p. So we can indirectly say from here that 1 plus p square, which was equal to 1 plus 2p plus p square. So finally we conclude that this is greater than 1 plus 2p. Or you can write directly here 1 plus, oh I forgot, I should put this here. So 1 plus p whole square is greater than 1 plus 2p. So we have proved manually for our base case for n equal to 2 that this inequality holds. 1 plus p whole square is greater than 1 plus 2p, okay? And now we are going to, so let me write it over here. C1 is satisfied. Condition 1 is satisfied. This was our first condition. We need to prove that this inequality, this statement, holds for base case, okay? Now we are going to make an assumption, and our assumption will be that this inequality holds for n equal to k, for any positive integer greater than or equal to 2. We are naming it as k. We are assuming that this inequality holds for n equal to k. So if this inequality holds for n equal to k, we can write, and let me write it as case 2. This will be our case 2, where we suppose that the given inequality holds for n equal to k. For n equals k, 1 plus p to the power k is greater than 1 plus kp. Okay, this is our assumption. And now we are going to check whether this statement, this inequality, holds for n equal to k plus 1 or not. We are going to check it. Okay, so how will we do that? Let's see. Now for n equal to k plus 1, for n equal to k plus 1, let's put n equal to k plus 1 on this part. 1 plus p to the power k plus 1. You can write this as 1 plus p into 1 plus p to the power k. Okay, when we multiply these two factors, we will get the same factor, 1 plus p to the power k plus 1. And from here, I say that this quantity is greater than 1 plus p into 1 plus kp. And how did I say that? What is the argument? What is the reason behind this? We have just assumed a few seconds ago that 1 plus p to the power k is greater than 1 plus kp. This is what we have assumed moments earlier. Okay, so I can use it now. I can use this assumption. So I have just put 1 plus p to the power k as 1 plus kp. But then we know that if you are multiplying 1 plus p with some number, and then you multiply the same number 1 plus p with another number which is less than this number, so our answer will now decrease. This quantity is now greater than this quantity. Okay, it's a simple arithmetic operation. You can easily understand that if you multiply a given number with a number, and then you multiply the same given number 1 plus p with a number which was less than the number that we used earlier, so our answer will decrease. This quantity will be larger than this quantity. That is why I have put this sign over here. And from here we simply apply some algebraic manipulation steps. We write it as 1 into 1 1 into kp will give us kp, then p into 1 will give us p, and then finally p into kp will give us kp square. Okay, and then we can write this as 1 plus k plus 1 times p plus kp square. Okay, again we are going to use the same argument that we have used in our base case. Okay, p square is a number which is greater than 0. Okay, and k, what is k? It's a positive integer which is greater than or equal to 2. So overall this quantity is a positive number. Okay, and it is being added to this quantity. So if we remove this quantity from here, our answer, our new quantity, that is 1 plus k plus 1 times p, this new quantity will be less than this quantity. Okay, and from here, if you can see, we have proved successfully that 1 plus p to the power k plus 1 is greater than 1 plus k plus 1 times p. In other words, we have successfully proved that this inequality holds for n equal to k plus 1 as well. Okay, so this completes our procedure of mathematical induction, and finally we conclude from here that this inequality, the Bernoulli's inequality, holds for all n greater than or equal to 2. So this completes our proof. Thank you so much for watching the complete video. Please like and share this video, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any update in the future.